Now, there might be some of you amongst us who maybe aren't too sure about climate change and whether they might think, I hear all this stuff, but I don't really see it and I don't really believe it. But hopefully so far, you understand the science that it's a blanket effect and that by increasing the gases increases the temperature. So this experiment that we're going to do next is going to show you how that gas increases the temperature. And it's a very simple experiment. So if I go next, these are the supplies you need for the experiment. It's very, very simple. Most of you will have this stuff. If not lying around your house, there'll definitely be this stuff in your school. So like I said at the beginning, you can do this as a class experiment. You could do it as a home learning task, or you can do it in your free time, whatever's necessary. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second so that I can show you. Kat, it might be better as well if you stop your video as well. So like I said, this is the one I'm most nervous about. Last thing I want is all my experiment to go over onto my laptop. So here we go. We need 2 bottles, like I said, and we've got one of the bottles is filled with vinegar, about 400 milliliters of it. This is going to act as our control. So I'm just going to put this, just move this out of the way for a second. I'm going to put this here for a second. I'm going to get my thermometer and I'm going to get a handful of Blu Tack. And what I'm going to do, stick the Blu Tack to the thermometer, and then on the inside of the plastic bottle, that's what I'm going to stick. Okay, this is going to act as our control for the experiment. I'm going to grab a balloon and I'm going to put that over the top. So that's what it should look like. You have a look at the thermometer. You might not be able to see it there because it's a bit bright, but I can see currently the thermometer is at about 19 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to put that on my windowsill. The next one is the exact same. I've put the vinegar, 400 milliliters at the bottom. I've put the thermometer up there. Oh, I forgot to say, this is something I've always wanted to say. Here's one I made earlier. So I've got this one up here, the thermometer, and I've put a balloon on it as well. The only difference is that this balloon is filled with a little pinch of bicarbonate of soda. And what this does is this creates CO2, carbon dioxide. So the whole point of this experiment, these bottles are acting as our atmosphere. And once this is mixed, which I'm going to do in a second, once this is mixed with the vinegar, for the science behind it is mixing an acid with an alkaline to create carbon dioxide, if you're interested. But we'll be able to see over the course of however long you want, what the temperature will go up to. Because right now it says it's the same, it's about 19 degrees. So let's see what happens. What I would recommend is holding the bottom of the balloon, because sometimes it can shoot off. Okay, are we ready? So maybe start thinking about what's going to happen. Maybe, is it going to go up in temperature? How much is it going to go up in temperature by? Why is it going up in temperature? And if this was the Earth, what impacts would that be having on the inside of our bottle? So let's have a look. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, so look at that. You can see the balloon, it's getting bigger, and we've got a lot of stuff happening, bubbling away. So I'm holding on to this because I think it probably would have shot away. So I'm quite grateful I was holding on to it. So it's still fizzing away. So what should happen is that should bubble right down to what the vinegar was at before, but now it's creating this gas. Okay, it's creating this gas in the bottle and in the balloon of carbon dioxide. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to put it to the side. And what I would do if I was you, I would do almost a long experiment with this if you can. What is it like after 1 hour? What is it like after 6 hours? What's it like after a day? Okay, does the temperature change a lot or a little? And then that has an impact on our planet. Think about what we've just spoken about with greenhouse gases, all the cars, all the planes, everything that we've spoken about. All that carbon dioxide and methane and greenhouse gases will have a heating effect. Okay, so but let's see how much. Let's see how it looks. Maybe I can look at it at the end of the lesson if I remember, and we can see how much it's changed by. Okay,